All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining this session on an overview of human resources training and development. I am Natalie Lindgren, and I'm the manager of HR T&D. That may be what you have heard it called across the university. Um, we're really excited to have this opportunity this week as part of the Recognize and Recharge event to share with you what HRT&D actually does here at the university. There's a lot of people who are not aware of what we offer, or you may be aware of some, but not everything. So that's why we wanted to do this session um, because personally, I know I'm a little biased. I think training and development is something that is good for everybody, regardless of your walk of life, regardless of where you are in your career, whether you're just starting out or whether you may be at the point in your career where you're starting to think about retirement. So, why do a session on HR training and development? Well, one of the common themes that came out of the May 2020 Staff Senate survey was that UK employees wanted to know what the university offered regarding personal and professional growth. And that can include upskilling or also development. So, if you are interested in career or professional and personal growth, HR training and development is absolutely here to help you in those areas. So today we're going to talk about the different opportunities that are available to all UK faculty and staff, and that does include STEPs or temporary employees, including professional development, supervision, topics, technology training, and even more. So um, this very first slide that I want to show is titled Lifelong Learning by Doing. We're really fortunate that the university wants to promote employee growth. So learning and development, it helps to attract great employees for workforce development. It improves employee retention and institutional knowledge, and it leads to more engaged employees while also increasing their productivity and effectiveness. It also has the potential to enhance employee promotability, ultimately allowing for greater career development, all the way from a new employee through retirement. And so you may be asking, well, what do you mean by learning by doing? Well, workshops that are provided by HR training and development are just that. They're workshops. Workshops, by definition, is really just a group of people who engage in discussion and activity on a particular subject. So, our trainers, if you come to one of our training classes, do not lecture. They facilitate conversations or activities while you, as a participant, are actively engaged in the learning process. So, basically, you do something during the training. Learning by doing, it allows the participant to better understand the topic at hand, and it increases the likelihood of that topic or that subject sticking. And what I mean by sticking is it stays with you and it will enable you to better implement the new skills you learned down the road. So, HR training and development, we have a lot of different, what I'm going to call units. This is what we're really going to review today. So we cover areas from My UK Learning, and that is the main learning management system for the university for faculty and staff. As you may be aware that UK also has Canvas. That is more for our students, and of course faculty uses Canvas as well. But for faculty and staff, as far as any training, it's My UK Learning. We also cover university new employee orientation, university supervision, and then we have professional development training and technology training. And then we also support the performance management process, or you may be familiar with it with calling it performance evaluations. So we support that area as well. So I want to start real quickly with My UK Learning. And the reason I want to start here is because a lot of people aren't that familiar with our learning management system. We've actually only had it now for 2 years, which 2 years may seem like a long time for some, but for others, it just flies by. So it's still a relatively new system. So like I said, this is the university's learning management system. And this is where you go to access and take web-based trainings, or you may have heard them called WBTs. This is also the system where you can go and search and register for what we call instructor-led training. Instructor-led, that basically just means it's a live training with a live instructor at a set date and time, and it can either be in person or it can be virtual. And as we all know, we are living in a big-time virtual world these days. Um, so with My UK Learning, we support faculty and staff in training and development by being a point of contact for LMS, learning management system, LMS troubleshooting, training and consulting on web-based training creation, because there are a lot of different departments who need to create training for their areas and they need to know how to get that out to people. So we assist with that. We also train and consult on adding new training offerings to the LMS. So as you can see on the screen, the website to learn more about My UK Learning is noted in the bottom left corner. We also have an email address listed there if you have technical questions about My UK Learning. To access My UK Learning, you can see from the main picture on the screen, you just go to My UK, Employee Self-Service, and then you select the tile, or then you select My UK Learning, and then the tile that says Learning, and it will take you actually out to our learning management system. This next screen is what the LMS will look like if you actually click the Learning tile. You'll see in the top left corner, now this is a picture of my particular screen, or my UK Learning. You'll see it has learning assignments, and that tile is where you will see any WBTs that have been assigned to you or training classes assigned to you, or upcoming instructor-led classes that you have registered to attend. You'll also note that I have outlined the Find Learning tile, and we're going to come back to that in a little bit, but that's where you can go and search the entire catalog for training classes in My UK Learning. So not just HR T&D classes, but any training that is available at the university. So I know UK Healthcare has a lot of training out there because I have a lot of compliance and safety WBTs that are required every year. So there's a lot of training classes available. The other thing I want to point out is there is a tile called Learning History. And this is where you can go to pull what you may refer to as your training transcript. It shows all of the training you have completed in My UK Learning. And so like I said, My UK Learning is only 2 years old. If you took a training class before August of 2018, you'll need to email training and development, and we can get you your transcript from our previous system. Also, if anybody on this call is a supervisor, you may notice that on the slide up at the top, there's a section that says My Team. So I myself am a supervisor. I can click on that, and it will show me all of my direct reports, and then I can go in and look at what training they have taken, or I can assign training to them through that link. If you're not a supervisor, you will not have the My Team on your screen. You'll just have My Learning. And you may notice that I'm also looking over to the left because that's where my other monitor is. So I promise I'm not just staring out the window. I am actually looking at my other screen. All right, so next I want to go into University New Employee Orientation, or you may have heard it called NEO. And NEO has been going on for many, many years. And depending on when you started at UK, you may remember attending NEO, maybe at the Boone Center, or if you started a significant amount of time before that, it may have been at the Student Center. We've had it in different places, even in Scoville Hall. Well, That has changed, and actually that changed just a little over a year ago. NEO is now 100% online through My UK Learning. We support the NEO program in My UK Learning. It is required for all newly hired regular staff who are 0.5 FTE and greater. So they're at least 20 hours a week or more. They are required to attend. It provides an overview of working at UK, including resources, benefits, and policies. Like I said, HRT&D assigns NEO to all applicable new hire employees via My UK Learning. So if you are a supervisor and you hire a new employee, you no longer have to register them to attend. It will automatically happen. And when I say automatically, it's automatic to you. It is not automatic to HRT&D, but we make sure and get it assigned. It's a series of online modules that have to be completed within the first 30 days of employment. And it takes anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes to complete the entire orientation. And the NEO website and email address is noted on this slide in the bottom left-hand corner. And this will come up again later, just in case you need it. But if you ever have questions about NEO, you can just email newemployeeorientation@uky.edu. Now, this does not take the place of any healthcare new employee orientation that's required for healthcare employees. This is just for all university employees. So healthcare employees have to complete both. As I stated, NEO is assigned in My UK Learning. And this is just a screenshot of what it actually looks like in My UK Learning. And it will track your program status as you work your way through the modules. And this is a nice thing as a supervisor. If you are a supervisor, you can go to your My Teams, just like I showed you on the previous slide, and you can view your new employee's status, program status, and that will help you know what modules they've completed. And so you can talk to them during the entire orientation period and onboarding period to help them just get more acclimated to their role here at UK and make sure they don't have any questions and check in with them that way. So that is NEO itself. Now, this next slide may be new to some of you as well. We have some online resources that are technically related to new employee orientation. However, one of them is a staff handbook. And even though all new employees have to go out and take a look at the staff handbook, it's part of new employee orientation. The staff handbook actually applies to all employees. So depending on when you started with UK, if it was before July of 2019, you would have received a hard copy of the staff handbook, just a printout. Well, now it's online and it's so convenient. It has, this is just a little screenshot of it, but it has multiple different links to take you to different areas at the university. It's kind of your one-stop shop as far as what staff needs to know about working at UK. So this is not faculty handbook, it is the staff handbook. We also have an onboarding toolkit, which is super helpful for supervisors who are onboarding their employees. A lot of folks think that new employee orientation is the onboarding process and then that's it. Well, new employee orientation is part of the onboarding process, but it's what your new employee has to do in the first 30 days. But onboarding really goes for an entire year with a new employee. So this gives you a timeline and a checklist of things to do, of things to cover with your new employee. Now, it is not department specific, it is generic. So that way anybody at UK can use this. So you want to make sure if you are a supervisor that if you have department specific information to share, that you certainly add that at that time. But these are two newer within the past year resources that we think are really, really helpful to new employees and existing employees as well. University supervision is another area that HR training and development facilitates. This is also required, just like NEO, but this is required for any new to UK supervisor. So whether it's your first time supervising employees or whether you have supervised employees for many years, but maybe at another organization, if you come to UK, you get the opportunity to attend university supervision. This is also for campus and UK healthcare supervisors. So of note, UK healthcare supervisors need to complete both university supervision and then also any supervisory courses related to healthcare. This training program is also assigned in My UK Learning. However, once it's assigned, supervisors can then go out and enroll in the individual classes. And you can see all of those classes, there are actually 15 listed here on the screen. You can take the classes in any order, but supervisors have 6 months to complete them. I will say some of the classes are just web-based or WBTs that are on demand. And then the other ones are instructor-led, and so those are either in person or virtual. Of course, right now, training and development is only training virtual classes. We aren't having any in person, of course, because of the pandemic. Now, of note, I do want to point out that while this program is assigned to the new supervisors, if you are a supervisor, or maybe you're not a supervisor, but you're interested in one of these topics, you can register to take these classes individually. You can just go out to My UK Learning and search for the class title, and you actually can register to take those. Our main facilitator for supervision is Tommy Leach, and then Donna Vanover is the coordinator. We do have their the website and their email address listed there on the screen for you, and it'll come up again later. It's pretty easy to remember. It's just supervision@uky.edu. Next, I want to talk about professional development. This is one of our other units in T&D. Professional development offers, I'm going to say 30 plus workshops. And I say it that way because there are times that we can customize workshops for you based on piecing together several different classes at one time. So we offer 30 plus workshops, most of which are actually offered on a quarterly basis and can be found and registered to attend in My UK Learning. We do have some web-based training as well, and those are available 24/7. Our training with professional development, just like supervision, is open to all UK faculty and staff, and that does include STEPS employees. We've got a goal of strengthening job performance, building leadership capabilities, and fostering personal and professional growth. We've got listed here on the slide the different categories of training that we offer. So we couldn't list all the training titles because, like I said, we have 30 plus different workshops. But we have all of these different competencies that are covered. And I highly recommend, if you want to see the classes we offer, you can go out to My UK Learning to look for those, which I'll show you all how to do that momentarily. Or you can just go to our professional development website, which is noted there on the screen. If you have questions about any of our training classes, you can email train@uky.edu, and we'd be happy to talk to you about the offerings that we have. We have 3 professional development trainers. We have Rob Hayes, Audrey Bachman, and Alex Cabrera, and they are always happy to consult with you if you're looking for training for your team. We can certainly do that along with the regularly scheduled training that we have throughout the year. Part of the professional development training unit is a certificate series called the Essential Leader Program. And now what I want to point out first is you do not have to be a supervisor to be a leader. And that's what we love about the Essential Leader Program, is that it is open to all faculty and staff at any level in your career for those who want to make the most out of their career and potential opportunities. It's a series of 20 courses from our list of workshops, and you have 2 years to complete all 20 courses, because we know you don't come to UK to just come to training. You actually come to UK to do a job. So we know you can't come to training every single day. So that's why you have 2 years to complete this program. You can actually register for the program in My UK Learning. And I've got this next slide shows you how to go out and actually register for the actual program. So if you were just to go to the, what we called earlier, the Find Learning tile in My UK Learning, you could just start typing the Essential Leader, and you'll see it will automatically pop up for you. So you can just click where it says the Essential Leader program and click Go. Then this next, the screen will come up and it will look like what I'm hovering over with my mouse right now. And all you need to do is click Enroll in the program. Then what it will do, if you go back to your main learning page, you will see the Essential Leader program in your My Learning Assignments tile in My UK Learning. You'll be able to track your progress, just like you can do with new employee orientation. Oops, sorry. And also supervision. If you were to click View Program, which this is just a screenshot, so I can't do that, but it would list all of the 20 classes that are required for the Essential Leader program, and then you can either take the ones that are WEDTs on demand, excuse me, or you can register for any of our classes that are upcoming. You'll be able to see the dates and times that they are offered. So I highly, highly recommend the Essential Leader program. Next, which I showed this slide accidentally a moment ago, our professional development trainers also offer the Experienced Leader Academy. And the Experienced Leader Academy is really designed for those folks who have been in leadership positions for a while. So it's not designed for folks who are not supervisors or current leaders. It is based on the book Leadership from the Inside Out by Kevin Cashman. And what we do is meet once a week for 8 weeks. Each week prior to coming, there's a chapter in the book for you to read. And then we don't just discuss the chapter. Our trainers actually facilitate conversation around it, referencing back to information that was learned in the chapter, but it's not a book club. We actually have some activities around what is found in the book just to help build your leadership skills, thus leadership from the inside out. Now, there is a fee for attending. In the past, at least, there has been a fee for attending, obviously because we have to cover the cost of the book, but it also, in years past, we held this over lunch and we catered lunch. And then in the past year, we've held it at breakfast time and had a catered breakfast. Of course, COVID put a little wrench in that plan, so we have not been able to offer it in 2020, but we are going to look at how this can be offered going forward in 2021. This course, you can see it in My UK Learning. However, you can't register for it in My UK Learning because we have to limit the amount of folks who can attend based on space when we were doing it in person, and because of the fee. And so we have to actually register folks for that. If you want more information about Experienced Leader, you can email train@uky.edu. And hopefully we will, like I said, we will be able to begin offering it in 2021. We also offer in T&D technology training. And while we have a professional development training unit, we also have a technology training unit, but all of this really is for professional development. But our technology trainers, they train the Microsoft suite and the Adobe suite of products. Now, we don't train all of the apps that are available because there are a lot. But what we do train are the apps that are listed here on the slide. And these are some of the more common applications for both Adobe and Microsoft. All of our classes, right now, all of our classes except for one are instructor-led. So we have those at specific dates and times. You can register for those in My UK Learning, and many of them are a series of classes. So for example, if you were to go out and look for Microsoft Excel training, we actually have 5 different classes that we offer on Excel because there's so much information about Microsoft Excel. We couldn't do it all in just one setting. And so a lot of these classes do have, they're in a series, they've got multiple classes. We also, just like with professional development training, with tech training, we will also consult with you. And if you would like training for your group or your team, we can absolutely do that. So you can see I've got our tech trainers email address, their main email account listed there on the slide. It's pretty hard. It's techtrain@uky.edu. Also have our website out there. Our 3 technology trainers are Kim Hershey, Chuck Paskovitz, and Mark Underwood. And so please feel free to go out and take a look at our tech training website. You can also go out, like I said, into My UK Learning and look at our classes that are out there. We do have a couple of other additional certificates that we offer. One of those is through what we call the UK Business Procedures Certification Series. Try saying that real fast 3 times. I can't even say it once. So this is for business officers or really any employee who wants to know more about business procedures at UK. There are required courses, and then there's also elective courses that cover information about SAP, university financial services, legal, internal audit, purchasing, and of course, we also have HR&D professional development and technology training classes as part of those electives. One of the neat things about it is some of the classes for professional development that are in the business procedures certification are also part of our essential leader series of classes. So you can really be working on several certifications all at one time. There's actually 3 certifications within UK business procedures. There's finance, human resources, and then student lifecycle management. And so I've got the website listed there for UK Business Procedures certification. And I believe that one also is a 2-year, you have 2 years to get through that. And I can see Patrice is nodding her head. Patrice Carroll, by the way, I should have introduced her, is the HR&D director. And she's nodding her head. So yes, you have 2 years to get through business procedures. We also have what is called Grad Degree Plus. And this is really a collaboration between the graduate school at UK, HR Training and Development, and then CELT. And there are multiple tracks for Grad Degree Plus. There's communications, creative problem solving, diversity, leadership, etc. And I've got the website listed there. So this is a certification that is actually run through the graduate school, but T&D partners with them. So if you want more information, if you are a graduate student, if you want more information about that, you can go to that website, and they would be happy to speak with you about it. All right, so finding T&D courses in My UK Learning. If you're not super familiar with My UK Learning, it can be somewhat difficult to navigate. So I just want to show you a really simple way to find all T&D courses that are in My UK Learning. Of course, we have our website where you can go out and take a look at them, but here's where you can actually go out to find the courses. If they're web-based training, you can take them whenever it suits your time, or you can register for individual classes. So once you go out to My UK Learning, in the Find Learning tile, if you just click Go and leave the search field blank, that will take you out to the course catalog. And I've got a screenshot of the top left corner of what that would look like for you. And you can see it says library. And then what you would want to do is click Browse by Categories. And when you click Browse by Categories on the left side of your screen, you'll have all the different categories that are in My UK Learning. One of those would be human resources. What you want to do, and this is where it gets a little clunky, in my opinion, you want to actually click the arrow next to human resources. It will not break the system if you click the words human resources, but clicking the arrow will then bring up training and development, because there are a few other areas within human resources that have training. But training and development will pop up after you click the arrow. Now, if you wanted to just click training and development here on your screen, it would bring up every T&D class that is in My UK Learning. Or you can continue to filter by clicking on the arrow, and it will pull up our 3 different areas. So professional development, and then you can look at all those training courses, or technology training, or university supervision. And so once you go out there, you can, like I said, you can look at all of our classes. If it's a WBT, it's available 24/7. However, keep in mind, if you take a WBT, it should be during your normal working hours, because you need to get paid for taking that course. So you want to consult with your supervisor on that. And remember, instructor-led classes can be either in person or virtual. So right now, like I've said, HRT&D is only offering virtual instructor-led classes. So to find those in My UK Learning, make sure to look at the class titles that end with the word virtual. That way you'll know this one is currently being offered. One other area in T&D that we talked about at the beginning is performance management. So this slide may look familiar to you because we use the very same system for performance management as we do for learning. So it's actually called success factors. So for the PE process, performance evaluation process, instead of clicking on the learning tile in My UK, out in My UK Learning, you would click on the performance tile. HR training and development supports campus and UK healthcare performance management process by providing training and system support for the performance module, as well as consulting on the overall performance evaluation process. So for those of you who work in UK healthcare, your performance management process, or your PEs, are usually beginning in May, and they run through May, June into July. Campus is getting ready to start the performance process as our performance evaluations launch in December. So this is the system that is used for PEs. So we help support that, and it's the same email address as it is for My UK Learning. It's just learningandperformance@uky.edu. So I've got just a couple of different additional services I want to go over that T&D offers, and these folks may not be aware of. One of those is with assessments. And assessments are really helpful for personal and professional growth. One of those is from the Center for Creative Leadership. It's called Benchmarks 360 Assessments. Now these sets of assessments are really just for individual use, and generally more for leadership. But we do have folks who are certified on our team to administer that assessment, or those sets of assessments. The ones that are really popular with UK right now are Gallup Clifton Strengths and the DISC assessment. And we do also offer Myers-Briggs as well, but Gallup Clifton Strengths and DISC, we use these frequently for what I'm going to say are intact groups or teams. We do these a lot for retreats. They are great for personal development and growth, but also professional development and growth, because they really help you better understand not only yourself, but also to better understand your peers and your colleagues, which can really lead to increased team cohesiveness and relationship building. Now, there are fees associated with these different assessments, and so you can reach out to train@uky.edu if you are interested, you and or your group are interested in us coming out to facilitate these. What we do is we send you a link for the actual assessment, or to you and or to all of the folks on your team. And then we schedule a workshop. So that way we can come out and, well, I say come out, right now it's virtual. We can virtually come to you and facilitate a workshop. And then the other set of additional services I want to mention, one of those is a staff laptop loan program. And we have had this program, I want to say for at least, and Patrice, you can nod, maybe 10 or so years. Okay, Patrice is nodding. And it's a result of UK at Work survey from several years ago. And what this is an opportunity for regular staff employees to use a laptop for educational purposes from semester to semester. All you need to do is provide proof of enrollment in academic or non-academic programs. And then you've got a laptop to use for that development. And then also what we have is called UK to You. And this is where we actually bring our training to the public as requested. Now, we do charge for this, but it's competitive rates, but we have brought training out to other organizations outside UK. So just wanted you to be aware of that as well. So the last slide that I really have here is just our contact information. These were listed on the previous slides, except for our phone number was not listed. So our phone number is listed there as well. HR training and development, we are here for you. We're here for the university, faculty, staff. We are here to help you grow in your careers, grow professionally and personally. And we would love for you to reach out to us to see of any ways that we can serve you and your team, and of course the university. So I want to thank you so much for joining this session. We hope you found it helpful. Again, this is being recorded, and so it will be posted out to a website for those who were not able to join. But thank you so much, and please don't hesitate to reach out to us if there's anything we can do to better assist you.